I've watched Amorim come in, and look, I've been working with leaders for many years. You know, studied people. I love its gift that, and I've also been in the industry of football in all guises for many years, so I understand it all intimately. I've lived it all. Coming looks great. Very smiley and happy. So that's the first observation. It's just an observation. It's just an observation. I'm not right or wrong. So where I go straight then to the best. Do the best come in smiling and happy? No. Okay. Mm-hmm. There seems to be a benchmark with the best. What is that in my experience of other people who are smiling and happy? Oftentimes what I've seen in others and myself, always starts with myself when I'm like that, it's probably a denial of the other side. The other side gets dark. We're back into the darkness. Dark. And the other side is the creative. And just a comment he made about, I watch everything they do, eat, sleep. But if I've got a player, he's like, look, boss, I'll be honest, you only like sleeping 5 hours a night. I don't like breakfast. Because the minute you're watching what people eat, what about the Muslims when it's Ramadan and they're not eating? Yeah. And I've had that with Muslim clients. I just completely fuck up the whole sports science department because my running's off the scale. My stats go through the roof. And they're just confused. Like, I don't understand any of this. You blow every marker on nutrition going into your body. There's no fuel in your body. You should be absolutely nothing. You're running on empty, yet your stats have gone through the roof. Yeah, he said, I'm connected to my spirit now. So,
was that the other week, the other end of the scale, where Jamie Vardy's having 3 or 4 cans of Red Bull, whatever he was saying?
Yeah, he's got the Red Bull and
from first thing in the morning.
Yeah. And I say, you're just observing these things. It might all be magnificent, and Amorim might be the guy to lead United back to the promised land over the next 5 years. You know, I'm not going to go the next year. It takes time. But there's some observations early on where I've just gone, let's observe this.
It just made again more sense. If you're going to look to create conformity, which is to be aware that if you're going to create conformity, you are going to steal courage from individuals. So if you have courageous individuals who are normally the Garnacho and who have the ability to
change games,
light the whole of Old Trafford up or wherever it is, they have that in them. And you're not aware of that. And I think that's where the previous leader fell short to go, it makes sense. We're all going to do these standards. They've done it here for years at Man United. You're going to wear the same things.
Do you know what I've seen? So you get that kind of, let's say Ten Hag appears to me, I feel deeply through the screen, a real lack of emotion in him, a lack of attachment to his emotional self. So it then does become about structure, discipline, rules. It was Steve McLaren who said, this guy, I've learned everything about football. I've relearned everything, which I thought was a ludicrous statement. Bearing in mind, you've worked under Sir Alex Ferguson. So you're basically saying at that point that Ferguson taught you very little. This guy's taught me everything. Yet this guy's record next to Ferguson is nothing.
Yes.
So Ten Hag would be more robotic, more unemotional. Amorim comes in, just a bundle of warmth jumping through the screen. Wow, this guy's really warm. Like, I feel it.
Yeah.
Warm guy. But now you're looking for the best. The integration of into the middle line, which gets really fine of this and this. And so at the moment I'm going, are you just too much this side? Don't want you this side. But now, people, that is the highest level. Man United is the highest level. Real Madrid, Man United, Barcelona, there's superpowers in the game where it's the very summit of Everest. And you've got to be on that line. And people say, well, they've had all these top managers. And yeah, but I also think these top managers, Mourinho, and struggle to stay on that line. Jose Mourinho, I think he flip-flops between a bit too nice and a bit too unemotional. We just got the Danny Rose clip at Tottenham when there's no empathy. There's no, with Rose at that point. So you're just going, but you're not judging him, you're just observing. And the man's got an incredible CV, he's won everything. Incredible guy.
Yeah.
Far more than I've done, but I understand football, I've been in it, played it, I'm in it. And I'm just going,
It's the finest balance. Finest balance.
Isn't that's the line that it's that line that
where's
gets
the
me
line,
out of bed.
Drew? But they're always asking this.
Of course, I'm excited about that line. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? It's the only thing that gets me out of bed. I've seen everything else. And I've lived like a lunatic both sides of the line. I went absolutely OCD, control freak. I would have been the guy that Amorim would have gone, this guy. I've been there. I've had managers go, well, build it around you. If training starts at 8, I'm in at 6:30.
Leading the conformity.
Absolutely. Leading the conformity. It was only in rehab go, well, that was just terrified. So I'm just trying to do tick every box, because that might give me some certainty on match day. And then in rehab, when that all crumbled down and I'm broken, then all I did for 2 years is give service and serve teas and coffees, old people, homeless homes, shelters, homeless. Incredible, yeah. And I'm very grateful for that period. But I'm still over here. There's no winning down there. If you go, okay, well, are you happy just to live in a one-bed bedsit, have no money, but just giving service like Mother Teresa? Magnificent. There'll be many people who are built to do that in their lives, but it wasn't me. I had to go and experience that. I'm a winner. So I started to, the winner started, and I'm coming back now towards winning. And winning means you're going to probably get more money and there's going to be a bigger house and more family and 4 kids. So I'm coming back here. But I know this place well, intimately, the other side. It's not that. That's all fear. Can't be here, can't be here.
It's magnificent. Each time, each one of these, it is constant. It is a life. It is a life signature at the bottom of the page to go, okay, well, I understand why I'm here. If we're to seek a balance in that, if we start there with conformity one end, courage the other being the opposite. And as you were talking, it makes even more sense. Well, the word courage has its roots in core, which means heart. Okay, so heart into feeling. What's the opposite of feeling? Thinking. Head. Opposite.
To be wholehearted in the endeavour, to be all of oneself, courage, to reveal all of oneself in each endeavour, wholehearted.
Yes. And the direct opposite, that was one of the early things where always, okay, we're coming from here, the child, but yet I'm attached to this. And I think there's periods on this journey that anyone will take in particular that you come under this illusion that the illusion is to just remove one of them, which is, I think, what you're saying. I'm just going to be all in down here then. That's all I'm going to operate from, which means then all of a sudden I now don't think there isn't any of that.
I sat with a Premier League manager recently. We had a fantastic conversation around this stuff. And he said, but Drew, he said, if you anchor, and straight away I picture a massive steel thing, bottom of the ocean, nothing's moving, to, let's say, if the left side of the line is freer, more creative, more joyous, politically left and right, and the right side of the line is more disciplined, structured. But he said, if you anchor to the right, it stays consistent. If you lose your job, well, you've got this. You've got this to go, well, I did all that. This is, he said, whereas if you go in here, it's just constantly all up in the air. And I went, I sat with him. I did your face there. Where have you just gone?
Well, that's where we started the conversation with here. I anchored to being the parent. Well, what was the truth? It's the final piece of pride. You want to look at that. And then when I didn't look at that. Steeped in fear and ego. Steeped in fear, steeped in ego, unconscious, not aware of it. And so then it's okay though, because I'm anchored. You take that away, I'm broke, gone. I can't. Metaphorically, I can't live at that point.
And when I work with people, what tends to happen? Not tends to, always happens. They start winning. They start performing through the roof. Things start happening. People start talking about things. Everything turns around. But then the maintenance of that continues to ask what questions it will ask. And I don't know what questions it will. I know what questions it will ask every day. I don't know the exact question. But the questions that will be asked of ourselves as we start winning and we're here. Keep going. Keep going. But now you're in a place where to keep going will mean conflict, people leaving your life, angering others, being seen as arrogant, selfish. If you're going to keep going, well, it's really tough. And so the minute he said that to me, I just did what you did with me. I sat back and went, oh shit. My brother just looked at him and went, oh shit. Ooh.
I think
So
that's
now all
most.
creativity's gone.
Yeah.
Can't get creativity, and you might get a level of success with that.
I think courage. If you're going to use, you can't get bravery. So if you want people that you are leading to be brave, whatever that is from a football context, from a business context, from a sport context, whatever that is for you as the leader or you as the coach, the minute you want to anchor to one side, you're left confused as to why you can't get the other.
You're my business partner, you're my best friend, but you've seen the journey I've had with many leaders. And let's just take football, and I share stuff back. We share a lot of it. And there'll be a time where I go, Drew, teams lacking intensity out when there's a lack of intensity. So we go into that. Then it'll be like, but there's a lack of creativity. So we go into that.
Yeah.
And you're looking to map, which is sweat and courage, high performance. You marry the two.
Yes.
I'm only interested if we're going to marry the two, intensity, bravery, risk and courage off the scale, you're going to win. You're going to smash records. You're going to win. But staying in that 24 hours a day, intensity, extreme depth of feeling, courage to let go, risk being ourselves, let go of all uncertainty, be yourself. It's terrifying.
It is. And I think I'm going to say that most have a desire to anchor. And by that, what I mean is to if you are to anchor, then it can't move. I mean, I've had images go all over. I'm going to have to go and draw some pictures.
Well, I just got the ship.
I've got a ship with an anchor, but if the anchor hits the bed of the ocean, which is the depth, then you've hit your limit. Whereas there isn't a limit with what this is. So the depth of the ocean doesn't exist. So it's an illusion to think that you've hit a point, a plateau in what this existence is. The only place to aim and to know, I think, is that it's constantly going to oscillate.
Or do you take when the storms are raging in the ocean? I picture the ocean raging.
For sure.
When they're raging.
But ironically, you're advised, and someone who can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think there's that great film where the young girl sails around the world, where when the storm hits, you're advised to pick the anchor up. That's the
That
so when
film.
the suffering comes, shit.
Pick the anchor up, man. But I had a vision of the opposite. You take the ship into a safe harbour, walled. You get it in there. The wind and the rain. Well, we're okay now. But a ship's built to be out in the middle of the ocean. So how long do you stay in harbour?
We can't travel. We can't move.
How long do you stay in there? Well, if I needed to look, if it's all kicking off and I'm close to harbour, do I want to just nick in for 24 hours till the storm? But I'm straight back out. And but that's the one you said in the middle of the storm when it's raging, it is advised not to drop the anchor, trust the ocean, and she does. What's that film? I know
something
the song.
Spirit. I think it's something Spirit.
I know it's that brilliant song that goes with it. Spirit Bird. Is it Spirit Bird?
The song's called Spirit something. The song's called I Made It, because she goes around and makes it through the back. But then it's on Netflix, something Spirit, young girls, true story.
14, 15, travels around the world.
A boat on her own, yeah.
On a boat, but when the storm takes her under, they shut the hat and it goes under.
Yes.
But it pops back up.
Yeah, you've got to trust, yeah.
You got to trust that at that moment.
So what we're saying is when the anchor, this is...
What do you anchor to?
You would go deep. It probably only makes sense to me.
I only anchor to this. Don't anchor to any structure or... I anchor to some discipline.
Well, look to anchor a day. You can't do more. It's not like I'm going to anchor forever.
No, shit.
But I think that's the illusion that's created. Is like, oh, well, you've just cracked it then. You anchor to sweat and courage all the time. Easy as that, is it?
Oh, fuck it.
So the intention, any time the storm comes, is to anchor to this.
So when the storm is blowing, I'm going to anchor to courage.
Yes.
So what does courage ask when the storm's raging? Will it ask me to remain who the fuck I am?
Yes.
Because that's who I am in that storm. If I start going, do this, I'm that boat, and no, I'm this boat.
Yes.
So if I go under, I go under. If I drown out there and get subbed and humiliated, if I get sacked, I'll go under.
Yes.
But I am staying me.
Yeah.
What do I feel? What do I believe in? I'm going to go that way. But that's going to piss all these people off. What choice have I got? Because I've anchored to this. I don't have a choice. The minute I go, I'm going to do that, but I'm not really going to, the storm's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to anchor to this, when I get tired, keep going. But I'm tired and I'm like, shut up, keep going. Keep working, keep working, keep running, keep working, keep fighting. So I sat and recorded this piece of content. Apparently, I forget, but my team sent me over. Said, Drew, look, you created this at the end of November 2024, so nearly 12 months ago. Why is there some weight to that? Well, if we take it at that time, if you look at two managers under fire now at two high-profile clubs, take Ruben Amorim, take Russell Martin. At that time, Russell was still in post at Southampton, probably 3-4 weeks away from the 5-0 defeat against Tottenham, which ultimately cost him his job. And I felt at the time when Lewis asked me that question of a feeling on Amorim. And look, I only come from a place, it's never a judgment, and I say it on every piece of content I do. I have huge empathy. This is the toughest job there is as a football manager, let me tell you that, in that technical area. Really, really hard. But I also come from a place of being in the industry my whole life as a player, been under 20, 30 managers, many of them top ex-players, England internationals. You know, I've been teaching for 5 years now, degree level, to our union, the PFA, to the next generation of coaches and managers in the game on emotional intelligence and psychology. Of course, I created that has been integrated into that. So I've worked with Russell for 18 months at Southampton. I've worked with leaders globally in business and sport. I'm still working with coaches right now in the US in the pro game, being a mentor, being a soundboard for them on this whole emotional side. So when I created that content, it's still the same thing playing out today. When I said that the line is here, and at the very highest level, that's what's expected. It's this line is really hard. And anybody who's too jolly, what tends to be for me, psychologically, it's oftentimes a denial of the shadow and a denial of just who you are, the animal winner. So it goes between great guy or happy jovial, everyone said, what a nice guy, really good, and then angry as shit comes out here. And you start, it's anger, it's blaming people, it's resentment against the players. And in the middle is the shadow, the unresolved shadow, as Carl Jung would say, it's that work. And I saw that play out with Russell, but with many, many leaders. And I think that's playing out for Ruben Amorim now. It's this, you go between this side to this side. There's the highest level in here. And that's why since Alex Ferguson left, it's been very difficult for them. Because very few live in that middle line. You know, Klopp did, Pep does, Diego Simeone. You know, there is guys who live there. I really like Thomas Franks living around that. You know, living around this midsection. So, yeah, it's interesting looking back at this content that was created a year ago. Of course, Russell lost his job at Southampton and he's now at Rangers and suffering badly. And look, I work with 8 to 10 leaders a week in business and sport, and I'm their guy. They reach out to me, as Russ did, and all their emotions, all their feelings, everything that's going on. It's my job to feel them, trying to feel out why are you so angry? What's going on? Who are you resenting? What are you holding on to here? What can't you let go of? Where are you being inauthentic? So you're constantly creating the highest level of challenge emotionally to help them stay on the finest of lines, because ultimately that's where winning's done. You know, there'll be people who go this side of the line where it's all about the players, fuck them.
we'll churn them out, get new ones in. Same in the corporate world. You get those guys. And I always say, if their conscience can handle emotionally shutting down and trading humans like cattle, if you can handle that as a man, then good luck to you. I certainly can't. My moral compass is too big. So then we must find this middle ground. But I'm also not over here doing charity work and singing Kumbaya around the fire. It's not that one either. So we're now going to look to bring both of these in, and that's really hard, especially when you're a really good soul and a good person and a morally, just a really, morally a really good person. To even contemplate bringing in this darkness where staff don't feel safe anymore, when everyone's on their toes, but hey, you're a great guy. It's not anger. It's not anger. And that's where, take those to Amorim and Russell. I think it goes between that to anger. It's not this fine line. And by the way, there's a reason on our website when we were branding all that, I said, on Sweat and Courage, make sure that tagline is in there. Winning is easy. Because worked with so many people where winning wasn't a problem. We got them winning. But remaining whole, remaining on that line 24 hours at a time is the hardest thing in the world. And as I said in this clip, it's the only thing that interests me. It gets me out of bed. It's the juice, isn't it? It's like, okay, what is the challenge here that we need to overcome? Give me all the pressure. Give me everything on the line, because I love that space. I never found it as a player. I went between this and this as a player. And because of that, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games there, and coach journeys, and beating yourself this side and that side. And in that period post-career, I figured out where that middle line is for me, and 15 years of coaching now, you can help other people find it.